streaming. Last night I stayed up. I was able to hold this YouTube for about 6 hours, but a lot of times I have some difficulties with it. So yeah, please say hello in the comments here. I certainly appreciate it. Or I'm wondering if I'm clicking on something or somewhere or something that's kicking me off and I'm not recognizing it. So, oh my goodness. We love our interns. Bow, bow, wow, wow. Okay, here we go. Are we ready for this? Okay, here we go. We're going to get some inspiration. Yeah, that's right. We're getting some inspiration going on here. At Autism Speaks, we love our interns. We love our interns. That's what we do. I mean, we love our interns like Billy Clinton. That's what I'm saying. Just like Billy. Just like Bill Clinton. That we love our interns. Who want to do more good for people with autism. So we're characterizing people with the disease autism again. We've got this white page here because Autism Speaks does not recognize the fact that autistic people have light sensitivities, that they don't realize that that's part of the diagnosis, evidently. Autism Speaks. Okay, this is JJ. Hey, JJ. Hey. JJ. Is it or a... Anyway, Autism Speaks is made up of a diverse... Oh, I can't do that one. It sounds too... Autism Speaks is made up of a diverse group of talented employees who are always willing to go the extra step to support the people we serve, as well as their fellow colleagues. So it's about Autism Speaks. The subject matter here is Autism Speaks. It's made up of a diverse group of talented employees. So now that's our secondary subject there, or whatever the heck you call it, who are willing to go to the extra step. At Autism Speaks, we remain Okay, this is steadfast. This is like a power word, so we're going to do the power voice. At Autism Speaks, we remain steadfast in our commitment to be trusted and caring resource for the autism community from time of diagnosis through adult life. Our compassionate and dedicated staff come together each day, sharing their strengths, determination, and talents to make a lasting and meaningful impact for people with that disease, that awful disease, autism, and their families. The autism families that got disease, that autism. Collaborative. Okay, these are bullet points. We try to be collaborative, inclusive, kind, good stewards. Say we. And remember, what happens when we have we's? I. Who's it about? It's all about... Yeah, that's all. We stand by our core. Oh, twice in a 5-letter sentence. We live by our values. That's narcissistic right there. Oh my goodness gracious. By the way, I would like to take this time to share my appreciation for Autism Speaks, my most faithful viewers. Let me please interview Eileen Lamb or Keith Wargo. You know, I want to talk to them. You know, I want to do an interview. We stand by our core competencies, building collaborative relationships. Well, not with me or not. You won't even talk to me. You're afraid of me. You're afraid I might criticize you. You're afraid you ain't got no good answers to them questions I might got. I might got some questions that might be good. They might be some good questions. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Okay, and some of that stuttering actually was real. It turned real there for a minute, for just a second. Sometimes when I put on that character, the results driven customer orientation flexibility. Yeah, I had to change task there. Benefits. What? DEAI? What? Oh no. At Autism Speaks, we are working. See, I. Here we go again. That's right. I. Oh my goodness. At Autism Speaks, we are working to achieve a world where all people with that disease, autism, across the spectrum and throughout the lifespan to reach their full potential. Okay, this is a can statement. Inclusive of all abilities, ages, race. This is all can. Potential is unique in each individual. We strive to serve everyone with that disease, autism, and their families by improving representation of this diverse community in our, yes, I'm sorry, we have to do it again. Right? We have to do it again. Oh, this is getting so annoying. Deeply ingrained. Did I get this finished? Oh, expanding our reach of our resources and increasing inclusive practices in our workspace. Well, let's talk about inclusive practices. We're just going to go to Autism Speaks. We don't want news. We just want... okay, here we go. This is Token. I understand there's 216 people that work out at Autism Speaks. If you were to take a random sample of 216 people, basically at 1%, you'd have one person per 100. So you'd have 2 people that were autistic out of any random sample, and anywhere in the world, any random sample of people, you're going to have 2 autistic people. One person more than Autism Speaks, evidently. Because I think there's only one person employed there that I know of for sure that they've admitted to. She said that there's people that work there, but then she won't say who they are or give names or anything else. So I'm calling her out on that one and saying I doubt it. Until I see names, I'm not going to believe her. But anyway, she is actually autistic, which is why I call her Token. Her name is Elaine Lamb. These are her 2 sons. They're also autistic. So, the funny thing is this. They're talking about this inclusive workplace, yet they have less people that work at Autism Speaks than you would find in the general population. If in any random sample of the genuine of the general population, you will have two autistic people, which is more people than work statistically at Autism Speaks. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And hello, TikTok. Who do I got there? I'm just kind of curious. Advocacy priorities. Autism Speaks influences policy at the state and federal government levels. To do this, we work with Congress, the White House, state legislatures. Yeah, they do. Legislatures, that is. Agencies and regulators. Yeah, they definitely. We know that they are involved with that because when we actually no, let's go to Open Secrets. Let's go to Open Secrets. Okay. On Open Secrets, when we go to lobbying, you see all these bills that have been lobbied for. Then we also see the committees who's been lobbied for. The House Agricultural Committee, $35 went to that. The Armed Services Committee, because Autism Speaks is very concerned about them armed services. Now, I do have to qualify this. Now, and anyway, Foreign Affairs Committee, Judiciary, that was $445. Resources, $9? What a weird number. These numbers are so odd sometimes. Homeland Security, they gave $35 to. And Intelligence, the House Intelligence Committee, $78. Now, what you got it? Whoops. I'm going to try to go backwards here. Okay, this is Autism Speaks. And the one thing I do have to caveat, what I have to do say here, howdy, is that the National Republican Committee here is, their entire purpose is to get Republicans in the House of Representatives. That's what their purpose is. And I can show you right here. The National Republican Congressional Committee is a political committee devoted to increasing the number of Republicans in the House of Representatives. And in the name of Autism Speaks, $132,000. That's a lot of money. $132,000 going to Autism Speaks. Absolutely unbelievable. All right, I'm going to go back into the Autism Speaks website, and I'm just going to dig some more. Every time I dig, I find something. And so I'm just going to dig. I wish I spoke Spanish. Okay, this is their really bad search engine, and I'm not good at search engines in the first place, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do much here. Family Helpline. Trained volunteers are ready. Okay, Parents Anonymous of New Jersey. Okay. Trained volunteers are... Okay, so this is a New Jersey helpline. This is not Autism Speaks. But they can say they provided a resource, right? That's fair. They can say that. However, let's see. Volunteers for what? Family Helpline. And I bet you we find a whole bunch of more sources than just one for under Family Helpline. Family Tree offers call the Family Helpline, support line, Colorado Crisis Services, free parenting helplines. This is Colorado stuff because I don't know how Google found out this profile's location, but they did, and it's bumming me out. But they have. Okay. So family helpline. Do we end there? Is that it? Have patience, David. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, my computer's not freaking out. So the internet must be freaking out. Let me see this. Get rid of that. Anyway. Okay, this is back to that USA Today article. I just lost my place, but I'm going to go back to the news. That was a new news article. So I'm going to see if I can find us some more news articles. It's so weird. I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there here in the chair for a few minutes, and I'm sitting there like normally, and then I have to cross my legs and sit in it cross-legged, so my legs aren't dangling. So this is just a autism awareness walk. Nothing. Yeah, nothing to do specifically with Autism Speaks. That's cool. Did I just go to 3 or 2? I went to 3. World. Okay. This is dated April 2nd, but I haven't looked at it yet. Okay, this is World. This World Autism Month. Autism Speaks champions change with new community messengers. New York, the second. This is World Autism. Okay, Autism Speaks is announcing the launch of this new Champions of Change program. Now, this is what's going to happen in this article. I think I've read this article before. Now that I think about it, but it's going to talk about these champions of change. Now, there's 5 champions of change. One is a neurotypical mother of an autistic person. She's a professor. I don't know of what. And I don't know that it applies. I don't think it applies directly to autism. I could be wrong. No, we could find out. Let's just look. Instead of being lazy. Don't be lazy, Dave. Go to Autism Speaks and ask them. So I'm going to go into their little champions thing. Champions of Change. Okay, where is she? Here she is. Hi, Mom. She's the autism mom. Howdy. Howdy on YouTube. Hello. Let's see if I can... please say hello to me. I want to give you a shout out. Oops, that was supposed to be howdy. Okay, that's how well I can type. Anyway, so let me see if this neurotypical... Tanya Haynes is a professor at University of Missouri. Hi, Pink. Okay. Okay, Pink. Pink. Are you still there, Pink? I thought I saw you for a second. So I want to see what she is. University of Missouri, St. Louis. Uh-oh. Are you good now? Is everything okay? All the puppies okay? The daughter's okay? Everybody's tucked in? So to speak, for a little bit. Anyway. Tanya has... So she's College of Nursing and mother of Tyler Haynes. So it doesn't give us what her degree is, so it's not going to be applicable to... Okay. Okay, well, tell me when you're ready to sit down. If you want to watch a Reverend Faithful, I will put up a Reverend Faithful video very briefly for you to watch if you want to see how bad it is. But I will warn you, it is they're very, very, very offensive. They're meant to be offensive. So if you're okay with, and they could be with like dealing with female issues, children, and things like that, uh, they're extremely offensive. But they're funny. Oh, I mean, they're fun. I think they're funny. They're not tasteful though, at all. They're That's why I kind of took them down. Okay, so Tanya is not. Tanya serves as Director of Clinical Operations, it's department level initiatives programming. Her job leaders tomorrow. Yeah, so. And then these other guys. See, this dude, oh, he's a champion. Okay, remember? We saw him the other day. He has a speech impediment. He has a really hard time. Well, I do too, but his is very noticeable. He's the dude who sounds like a robot, I think, to me, and I'm not making fun of him. It's just his speech patterns. I don't remember this lady. This is the lady we liked. I remember her now, Alyssa, and I remember why I liked her. And they cut off the photograph there. Boogers. I don't know this dude. I love pillows. I am not gonna. And I'm. It doesn't have to be massive. I just love pillows. I so love pillows. I love pillows. I always have. I've got stories about that though. I remember when I was a little child when I would crawl up. My mom, I guess, was probably a C cup, but I would crawl up and my shoulder would go under her boob, and it was just kind of like having this here. Then I kind of had something to rest my head against, right? That was warm, and then yeah, and then I could hear her heartbeat, and it was really loud, right? And I would just pass out. So I call them her chloroform breast. Because like my head, and she was warm, and she'd hug me, give me a nice tight hug, because she knew I needed a nice tight hug, that I wanted to be held tight, right? And so my little head going, poof, I was out, man. I was out. Yes, and I think part of that may go back to that. Um, I don't know. But yeah, let me know when you're ready, and I'll show you. If you want to see a very offensive Reverend Faithful, what now? I will preface this again. Um, I was making fun of their satire, and I was making fun of televangelists when I made them, and they are very offensive. Okay, I'll. Okay, I'm gonna have to go into my account here, and I'll pull it up here because I have to authorize it. I have to authorize them because they're kind of hidden right now. Studio, I think. Yeah. Content. Playlist. Okay, we'll go. These are going to be public for a little while. Come on. That's interesting. No? Okay, public. Publish. Okay, public. Publish. Oh boy, these are bad. We'll see if you like them. Then we'll see if you want to go on with it. Um, but there is actually a. I'll show you my first one. This is a long time ago. I think. Warning, this video contains graphic images that are intended to be offensive to illustrate how evangelists manipulate people. This is a while back ago, about their money. 4 or 5 years ago.
Welcome to the Living by the Living Bible Ministries, a live broadcast brought to you by the support of Bible-believing Christians. Are you living by the Living Bible?
King, you can't miss to sing this.
This is Reverend Faithful. Welcome you to the Living by the Living Bible Ministries, where we talk about living by the Living Bible. It is the Christmas season, the time for giving, and we should be thinking about giving to those in the most need. When we are thinking about giving gifts this year, we should be thinking about the church and tithing and giving to the church, but we cannot forget the children. An atheist asked me the other day, he said, "Reverend Faithful, why does God allow 3.1 million children to die of hunger every year?" I told him that without children dying of starvation at the rate of 1 every 10 seconds, how could we appreciate the things that we have like caviar and Twinkies? If God did not think that those heathen children should die, then it wouldn't be possible.
I'm having to edit.
Isn't it good that God has made it possible for us to give to the children so that we look like good Christians?
I know, that's horrible.
We, as good, faithful Christians, should have a burden on our hearts to give to our church and to really help by converting those starving children to Christians and teaching them to tithe. What they really need is not the nourishment of this world, but the nourishment of the Holy Spirit. This atheist dropped to his knees and said, "Reverend Faithful, you have inspired me, and I want to be saved and be baptized."
That was a preacher. There's a long history with that guy.
Gave our ministry a gift of $2,000. If an atheist can do that, then a seed gift of $234 should not be difficult for a real faithful Christian.
I don't remember these.
Praise you, Jesus.
Oh no, I'm going to show you. It gets worse.
Would you like to help to feed the starving children like Jesus?
Nope.
Very good. Our Feed the Children for Jesus ministry is in great need. I cannot ask you to do anything that I have not done on my own. So I personally delivered 6 pounds of rice to the needy in Dubai on my $54 million Falcon 7X jet. God woke me up the other night and I did not know why. This made me very nervous.
Oh my goodness.
So I was pacing around my swimming pool at my modest $10 million cottage. Finally, God said to me, he said,
"That's Joel Osteen's mansion, by the way."
"I need you to raise $8 million for the hungry children."
"Or I will take you home and you will die dead."
We all want to go to heaven, but no one wants to buy a ticket. Besides, I have to deliver this 6-pound bag of rice to the needy, hungry children in the Bahamas, where I happen to have a modest straw hut vacation home. We cannot do this on our own.
I had no idea how bad these were.
We need your help. As a very special Christmas gift or a donation of only $234, we will send you this Gideon's New Testament that has been donated from hotels from all over the world.
This is a long one. Oh my God, shut up, dude.
And now to translate the tongues. The Lord Jesus in the Spirit said, give Reverend Faithful $234 to support the hungry children. Thank you for tuning into the Living by the Living Bible broadcast, where we talk about living by the Living Bible.
Okay, it gets worse. Okay, do you want to see worse examples? Okay, I'll try to come up with the worst example here. Which won't be hard. I've got lots of those. I made like 5 of these things. Oh, much worse. Way, way worse. I'll put on the 2 worst that I can remember. But there might be worse than what I remember. Yeah, they're really bad. I gotta pull this over for a second. They were really, really bad because, well, you'll see. Okay.
Jesus was a human. Think right?
Okay, you asked for it. I am so sorry to punish you.
The sink doesn't even work.
Shh. This is what I used to do. Okay? And this is what I used to do. See, I used to help people with cults, but I also used to do parodies. And I'm going to turn off the camera here. Okay, you ready? I am going to have to...
The sink doesn't even work in this dump.
I'm going to have to be really careful on this one. I'll just put it that way.
That'll work.
I did this.
This video is satire and intended for educational purposes only. It will demonstrate how religion can share common attributes with harmful social political constructs.
Oh, wow.
Hi, this is Reverend Faithful. Thank you for joining the Living by the Living Bible Ministries, where we talk about living by the Living Bible. Today we are going to talk about the 3 rights of Christianity. God gave us morality so we could know right from wrong. There are 3 steps that we must take to be right by God, so that He can establish His kingdom on earth. We must do these 3 right things. The first right is discipline. Jesus was a human just like us and exercised discipline so that He never sinned. He came to show us how to do what is right so we can live by His example. We must dedicate ourselves to prayer, Bible study, and the service of Jesus.
Yeah, you got the spelling right.
When we perfect our discipline, we can rise to the second Reich. The second Reich is community. We are part of the body of Christ. Each part of the body is not independent. It is a part of the whole. We need to be of one mind and purpose to serve Jesus.
It gets worse and worse and worse.
When we act of one accord as a collective,
This is the setup.
then we can rise to the next level, the Third Reich. The Third Reich is servitude. The Bible teaches us that we must serve in obedience to our leaders. God is not a God of chaos. He is a God of order. That is why He provides us with leaders of the church to lead the flock. When we follow the leaders that God has put in place, then the Third Reich will reach its
And I'm going to have to
potential,
censor this part
and then
on
Jesus will
TikTok.
establish His 1,000-year reign on earth. There will be nothing wrong with His kingdom. It will be a 1,000-year Reich. So let us put together what we have learned and praise Him together. You have to have the discipline to do it yourself and be part of the community and follow the lead of your leadership. Would you like to praise Jesus? Very good. Okay, repeat after me. Think right? Oh, hallelujah. Praise you, Jesus. Think right? Oh, praise you, Jesus. Think right? Oh, we love you, Jesus. Praise your holy name. That was fun, now wasn't it? We cannot continue this ministry on our own. We need your help. A gift of any amount will be blessed, and if you send us
It gets worse.
$100 or more, we will send you this water from the Jordan River. That was the river that Jesus was baptized in. This holy water has been prayed over and blessed by Jesus. Thank you for tuning into Living by the Living Bible Ministries, where we talk about living by the Living Bible.
Okay, so I'll go to another one. This I think is the next worst, but I don't know. They're all bad. Not coronavirus. Okay. I'm going to have to censor this one a lot. I'm going to have to censor this one a lot on on TikTok. But you could just imagine, okay?
Welcome to the Living by the Living Bible Ministries, a live broadcast brought to you by the support of Bible-believing Christians.
I took that directly off of the Crystal Palace in the 70s with Robert Schuller. That's literally what that is. I watched that. Do you remember that? Do you remember Robert Schuller and all that that stuff? Okay, so does this ring that bell?
Welcome to the Living by the Living Bible Ministries, a live broadcast brought to you by the support of Bible-believing Christians. Are you living by the Living Bible?
Hi, this is Reverend Faithful, welcoming you to the Living by the Living Bible broadcast, where we talk about living
And I'm going to warn you, this one can be offensive.
by the Living Bible. But first, I can't wait to tell you about my son Matt, who is a movie maker. I am awfully proud of my little cupcake. Everyone says we look identical. Not only do I have a son that is special, I have a ministry that is special too.
I can't believe I said that because I had no idea I was autistic.
The Living by the Living Bible Joyful Noise Women's Shelter is in a secret location right here in our church. Are you in an abusive relationship and need to get out? Are you sad because of your situation? Do you need help? We love you and we will take care of you because we love you so very much. If you are a young woman in need, the Living by the Living Bible Ministries will take you in and help you to have a fulfilling life and teach you to submit to Jesus. We don't want you to be sad. We want you to make a joyful noise.
Oh, God. Oh, yes.
Joyful Noise Women's Shelter Ministry is completely free, and we provide for your every need, including food, shelter, clothing, feminine hygiene needs, panties, etc. And lots of girls feel like they have to pay, but you don't have to. However,
No, it gets worse.
often help around the
Way
church.
worse. They're going to help around the church here, okay?
They often help around
It
the
gets
church.
way worse.
You can help with the laundry, dusting, cooking, doing dishes, furniture, mopping floors, furniture, vacuuming, furniture, washing windows, furniture, ironing, furniture.
We cannot do this on our own. We need your support. If you send us a donation of $35, we will send you holy undergarments that have been worn by the girls of the shelter, guaranteed for 3 days. These prayer garments not only smell wonderful, but they make excellent face masks. Thank you for tuning into the Living by the Living Bible Ministries, where we talk about living by the living Bible.
Okay,
Warning,
so
this video contains graphic images that are intended.
let me see which one this is. Okay, okay, I could. Okay, do you want to see another one? They're all bad, and I don't know which is worse. That's the bad part. Let me see. Oh, okay, Bible reenactment. How about that? Bible reenactment. Does that sound fun? Are you ready for Bible reenactment? Okay. Pink had to take off for a second, so we'll get back. Okay, yeah, we'll wait for Pink and holy moly! But can you believe that was now? I used to do a lot of serious videos. Don't get me wrong. I did a lot of serious videos, but I didn't. Well, I made those too. Those really satirical ones. And what it was is my cousin was a televangelist type person, well, like a mega evangelist type person and stuff. And it really disappointed me to see how fake it was, because I saw how fake it was because he was my cousin, and I saw behind the scenes. And so that character came from me thinking of the worst scandals that I had ever had, and thinking of what really happens, and thinking about how awful, that they have one face where they're doing one thing, but behind everybody's back they're doing something else. And that's where that came from. The hypocrisy. Are you an individual or family looking for financial assistance? Oh yeah, yes I am. If you are in need, please contact our autism response team. Oh, you know what? I've tried calling them, and remember, they sent me a text. Okay, I made that video where I asked everybody to tag Autism Speaks. Well, they started responding to people. Really? That's interesting. I have a black screen right now. Oh, that's weird. Okay, thank you. There we go. Okay. Cool. Drag this back over here. Thank you. I forgot about that. Oh, okay. I was supposed to be doing this, the Champions of Change, and I got distracted. I got distracted. I was doing the Champions of Change. So in that inaugural class of the 5 advocates that we were talking about, there's 4 autistic people. And they are actually autistic. However, oh, okay. So they responded to this video, and they were saying that that they said, "Oh, will you go? Have you tried our ACT, our autism's reaction team, autism reaction team?" Which I did, and I did it online. Then I filled out all their paperwork and everything and sent it in. But they acted. I was like, I don't need that. I want to talk to Keith Wargo, and I want to talk to. They call it the Autism Reaction Team, ART. And it's basically kind of mixed in with their algorithm kind of thing. Okay. Autism reaction team. I'm not finding it. ART, maybe? Okay, we'll do it this way. It's bad. You can't even do it on, Okay, response team. Okay, the Autism Response Team is an information and referral support for the autism community. Our team members are certified resource specialists through Inform USA. Okay, what Inform USA is if you've ever worked at like a McDonald's or something, and they have you watch the little movies, or maybe like at Walmart, and then you like hit on the computer that you watch this little part of the movie, and then you hit on the computer that you watch this. So they make up these little training films, okay? So anybody can say, okay, well, I want you to say, we like to eat crackers all day long, or whatever you want them to say. It doesn't matter. And then you can certify your people, through this, quote, training program, however you want to certify them. It can be 2 minutes long. It can be one question. It can be hours. It can be weeks. Anyway, so it doesn't mean anything because it's just made up. Autism Speaks makes up the tests, and they give it to Inform USA, and then Inform USA gives the test that Autism Speaks approved, so that they can say that they've made a certification. So it looks good, essentially. So it's supposed to. So part of this is where, like, if you contact them online, what they're going to do is they're going to generate a ticket. So I need a college loan. Okay. So I contact them online. I go through their email and I say, I need a college loan. And they I don't know that they do this, but they could say, just go to our website. Okay. And then they mark off the ticket as we helped an autistic person, or we helped a person. That was an inquiry that we helped. It does not matter if they went to the website and it doesn't help them, or it doesn't take them to the right place, or anything else. That doesn't matter. They sent them to a resource, Autism Speaks. And they had, I saw a website where they said they had 776,000, and then Keith Wargo said they answered 1.5 million responses or something like that overall. Autism Speaks did. So it's that kind of thing, and that's kind of how they play those little games. You know, and I'm not saying that I got to be very careful here. I'm not saying that Autism Speaks does this. I'm saying this is how these types of places do that. But yeah, if you go to this Inform USA Certified, you can kind of look at it, and it basically says Community Resource Specialist, Aging and Disabilities. Yeah, it really isn't anything. It just really isn't anything. Other ways to reach Art. Now, I've tried calling them and calling this number, and I've left message after message after message. I probably left 4 or 5 messages at Art. Not to mention all the emails and stuff like that. Well, I sent 1 email, but I didn't respond to Keith Wargo's email yet. And they called me out, by the way, earlier when they responded to my video, that the one I made about them wanting to, me wanting to interview them. They basically said, yeah, well, you didn't respond to the email. I was like, yeah, I on live, I have called them where I had the phone up where people could hear who I was calling, you know, the whole thing. I've got all that stuff on tape. So, okay, what does Art provide? Well, Art provides aesthetics, and people like art. People can make a living doing art. It can provide good feelings. It can provide a soul and feeling. Oh, I was being artistic there, wasn't I? Taking it all literal. The Autism Response Team can answer your questions, connect you with tools, see, and resources, and help you find autism services and supports in your community. See, I didn't even read this, but do you see how just by saying go to our website, you could say that you answered that ticket? The Autism Response Team can answer your questions. You answered it. You may not have helped them, but you answered it. It was an answer. Connect you with tools. That's on the website. Well, and the thing is if you go to, I put out a challenge now on 2 videos. My own videos only get 300 views now. I think I'm just going to go say to heck with it and go for one of those people that can help fix an account. I've been afraid to give them my personal information, but at this point in time, I don't care. They're not going to get into my bank accounts or anything, I don't think, you know, with it. So, but I just got to be careful, you know, how I do it. I don't know. They ask certain questions and want certain things in order to do it. What do I mean, fix my account? My account, I only get 300 views per video. Now, I used to get thousands on every video, and I know that I am having enough interest that I should get more than 300 views, and that's you've seen the videos about where they talk about the 300 views or whatever. Oh yeah, I'm using hashtags, and I've checked out the creators that say the tricks and stuff. But the thing is one time I identified as an autistic, queer, atheist, and I was put down as having hate speech against myself. And I said that on TikTok, so it could happen again. But anyway, it was hate speech against myself, and ever since then, I only gotten about 300 views. And then I've had other strikes. Like one time, I was talking to somebody in the comments on somebody else's video, and they were talking about their kid being autistic and like their grandkid being autistic, and I was like, and we were talking about the autistic community, and I was like, oh, okay, are you autistic? And because I said, are you autistic, they took it as I was saying like it as an insult, because they were Chinese people and they didn't understand English. They say it's Americans and so forth, but it's a lot of Chinese people with translation programs, and that's how they've tried to decipher it. But Well, it's cheaper because they can hire, Chinese peasants or whatever for like $1 a day or whatever instead of, $100 a day. You know, so and even with the getting the computers and translation program and everything else, it's just a lot cheaper. And so that's why they do that. Well, now I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't go to AI. And we also remember we were talking earlier about, speaking of AI, there was a story connected to AI that I had. Boy, if I could remember what that story was. It's amazing all the stories I'm coming up with. Oh, I think it was genetics. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Okay, I've talked about the genetics and the MSSNG, the messaging, or missing goal is to provide the best resources, enable identification of subtypes of autism, which may lead to better diagnostics. This is that Autism Speaks page. Do you remember that? Oh, okay. Well, check this out. This is crazy. They say they're not into genetics, right? This gets crazy. This gets crazy, King. Watch this. I never fail to come up with crazy stuff. Through an online application process, genetic system application, Missing provides whole genome sequencing of blood DNA, minimum blah, 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 blah. Okay. The Missing database built on the Google Cloud platform, which is AI, and Google Genomics, which is a genome AI, intends to make its data as useful and widely accessible to researchers as possible, including access to local compute and storage resources, and providing genome exploration tools for the standard and custom analysis. Whole genome sequences and annotations and phenotype data are being continually added and or modified with different levels of portals of access to researchers. Missing's philosophy is to promote and enable open science research with responsible sharing to lead to better understanding of autism. We welcome you to join this. Missing's goal is to provide the best resource. Okay, check this out. This is the craziest sentence right here. Missing is a groundbreaking collaboration between Autism Speaks, Verily, DNA Stack, Hospital for the Sick Kids, and the research community to create the world's largest whole genome sequencing database on autism with deep phenotyping. Yeah. And they're figuring out, I guess I was reading a story where they're trying to get kind of like medical records through the CDC to do this tracking of autistic people and stuff. But the thing is this. Look at this sentence. The world's largest whole genome sequencing database on autism with deep phenotyping. Is there any possible way that could have anything or ever apply to eugenics? Or genetically trying to ensure that we could never exist? Right. Yeah, that'd be cool. And there are good things, but this is the problem I have with any other organization could do this. Any other organization, because of their history, they should not ever do what they're doing here. And watch this, King. Baylor College of Medicine, you've seen this before? All these science grants. Baylor College of Medicine. Baylor College of Medicine, $116,000 science grant. Board of Regents, University of Wisconsin, $68,000 science grant. Children Healthcare of Atlanta, $114,000 science grant. Children's Hospital Corporation, $131,000 science grant. Children's Hospital Los Angeles, $97,000 science grant. Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center, $265,000 science grants. Drexel University, $19,000 science grant. This list goes on and on and on, and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars going to all these science grants. The Research Institute at Children's Hospital, Columbus, Ohio. Vanderbilt University Medical Center, Nashville, Tennessee. Being that their starting points was eugenics and was trying to exterminate the brain type of autistic people, the human type of autistic people, just like the same thing is trying to get rid of redheaded people because they saw that was undesirable. Just as that's a different hair type, we are a different brain type. Just as we have different skin tones, we have different brain tones. Their starting point was to eliminate that brain tone or give us shots so that we would no longer be who we are. To cure autism is to change my brain so that I would no longer be the same person. I would be somebody else. Okay? Yeah, I like my brain too. So, Autism Speaks it will never, ever, ever, ever be trusted to do any kind of scientific research. They can't be trusted because their starting point was eugenics. Okay, if you think of the people in the American South that wore sheets and cone-shaped white sheet hats, and they were very horrible to a certain demographic of people, what if they had the audacity to say, well, yeah, what if they had the audacity to say, and yeah, thank you for being careful what you write in the comments too, because that can strike people. Imagine if they say, well, that was just the 60s, but we don't only speak for them, we speak instead of those people. And if those people need any help or whatever, we're the people that come from. Same thing with World War II, Germany. There are some people that were very bad to a lot of people. What if they said, well, that was the 40s. Come on. And that, by name, that organization said, we represent that demographic of people that they were trying to exterminate. Literally, because we're talking about literal genocide in that respect of a type of human being that they did not want to exist anymore, that is by definition genocide. And I know this sounds like I'm being, what do you call it, extraordinary and exaggerating or, shocky or whatever, but yeah, eugenics, yeah, absolutely. The ideas of eugenics went to Germany right before World War II. And then at the end of World War II, you had people like Stalin and, was it not Mussolini, Stalin and I can't remember, who became very interested in behavioral science because they were interested in mind control, and they were also interested in interviewing prisoners, so to speak, under duress. And they got those ideas also, of course, from the Inquisition, Spanish Inquisition, etc. So, the program launch of Autism Speaks Celebration World Month, blah, blah, in recognition of 2 decades impact, marks an evolution of collaborating with and standing alongside members of the autistic community. I hope Peak is able to come back pretty soon. I forgot how bad those were. Were those not the worst? Okay, did you see how I was making fun of the televangelist and how horrible that was? I don't know But the more... Okay, which hospital are you talking about here? Um, oh yeah, and there was a bunch of them. And see, the thing is I imagine it goes to like a big fund to the like science department. So if there's 50 people that give to it, it all goes like if you get you have a bank account or whatever, and you get money from working, for somebody on the street or whatever, and you put it in your bank account, and maybe your regular paycheck, maybe you have another paycheck, maybe you got a tax refund, whatever. It all goes in the same place. So how do you track that money once it's done that? So how can you say that none of that research could ever be applied to eugenics? If it's in the field of studying genetics, you cannot ever say that it will not be applied to eugenics, even if the study in itself has nothing to do with it. Because you know how we borrowed one science, they did this study, I did this study, we put them together, and we do another study, and then, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's going to borrow from those other studies. Absolutely. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, I had to have Pink come. I didn't want to put that on YouTube, and I guess you could probably see why. Some of that I had to. What's that? Yeah, and see they still are donating that money. This is the 2023 tax report. Okay, Mark. Okay, for the full tax filing of fiscal year ending March 23. So this is the 2020. Well, technically 2023 filing, or 2022 whatever filing. Well, I don't know though. It's just research, and I don't think they're going to be researching people directly like that or anything else. So I don't know. I don't know exactly how that would work. So anyway, so that's like another, yeah. Yeah, I know. You're right. Yeah, it would be interesting to try to find and figure out, because just what they report, what they're studying, what they're trying to do. And I know their studies may not directly have to do with autism, but they may indirectly have to do with autism. And what if what if you find out that the purpose of their study has to do directly with something that the autistic community didn't like? You know what I'm saying? Then that could be a real problem. Hey, Mark, are you here still? I didn't realize you were in here already. I moved all my chat and everything. Are you still here, Mark? Okay, so I am going to try to figure out where to go again. Now, Mark Caesar has probably seen some of those videos. He might have seen those years ago when I actually first put them out, if Mark comes back. Yeah, I put Hody instead of Howdy, and he was making fun of me because he knows I always say Howdy. So he put Hody down, gave me a hard time. All right. Oh, okay. I've not seen this Wikipedia article on Autism Speaks. This could be interesting. I have not gone down this. I so hate this. I am gonna fix this right now. Thank you. Okay. I guess Mark will jump back on here pretty soon, I imagine. Hopefully I'm still live. Yeah, I'm still live. Okay. All right, Autism Speaks is a nonprofit autism awareness organization, and no, and that's not really true. I would call it more of an autism research organization. I mean, they spend a lot of money on research, a heck of a lot more on research than awareness or anything else. But anyway, and the largest autism research organization, so they're giving them credit there. It sponsors autism research and conducts awareness to and outreach activities aimed at families, governments, and the public. It was funded in 2005 by Bob Wright. That's Bob Wright and his wife Suzanne. Oh, why don't we have a little blue thing for Suzanne? That's not cool. How come she's a co? Why don't we give her credit? And his wife Suzanne. Oh, that's jacked. It should say at least Bob Wright and Suzanne Wright, co-founders. You know, even if you're going to go with male gender first. Anyway, a year after their grandson Christian A year after their grandson Christian was diagnosed with autism. As soon as I got to that word Christian, I couldn't talk. The same year as its founding, the organization merged with the Autism Coalition for Research and Education, then merged with the National Alliance for Autism Research, and then Cure Autism Now. See the common cure. The common theme there is all a cure. 3 different organizations that were seeking a cure is what became Autism Speaks. And what was cool for them was they had a lot of assets there and a lot of talent already. And they had $35 million to start with. Which means that's why we have autism awareness as it is today. Okay. Anyway. So, the autism rights movement and neurodiversity advocates do not see autism as a disease that needs to be cured and have criticized Autism Speaks for seeking a cure, and the word cure was dropped from its mission statement. See, in here, if they have like views or controversy, I can go here, and I could actually probably use some of these references to get some of those, what we were talking about, the newspaper articles and stuff like this. So this might be a good starter resource. Wiki for me is a lot of times when I'm just starting and don't know anything, like say it's golf or something. It's a great starter resource, I think. Then you can do the deep dive and learn a lot more. And see here, they're doing it again. It's a little misogynistic. Autism was founded in February 2005 by Bob Wright, Vice Chairman of General Electric, and his wife Suzanne. As far as I know, she did every dang bit as much as he did for that organization while she was alive. A year after their son Christian was diagnosed with autism, the organization was established with $25 million donation from the Home Depot founder Bernie Marcus, who sat on its board of directors for some years, quite a few years actually, until I think about 3 years ago. Since its founding, Autism Speaks has merged with 3 existing... That was the other thing that was weird too. Remember we found like this Angela, this gal here, and there was some weird stuff going on how she was getting paid for 2 years afterwards, or 3 years now since she stopped working there. Autism Speaks has combined organizations that funded, and I got to make a video about that too, about that, about how she's getting that money. Research into genetic causes, promoted alternative theories and therapies, advocate for people with autism. Autism Speaks merged with Autism Coalition for Research and Education in early 2006. I'm not going to go read all this stuff. I just want to see. Let's see what they say about speaking out against or whatever. Oh, okay. I'm going to read about this research and see what they say here. This could be interesting. Could be juicy. Okay, Autism Speaks and its predecessor organizations have raised public awareness for autism research, funded directly for research, and lobby Congress to leverage the private raised money with much greater public trust funds. And they see, and that's where our greater public funds, and that's where they want those grants or whatever to be written specifically so that nobody else is eligible, but Autism Speaks. It's that kind of thing. I'm not saying they've done that specifically, but I'm sure they do. I don't see why they wouldn't. As of 2008, Autism Speaks, and by the way, I do need to thank Autism Speaks. I would like to thank them for being my absolute greatest, most faithful viewers. I really do appreciate that. Okay. Etology is the study of causation or origination. Okay. Includes genetic and environmental factors. So this is what they've supported research in the four main areas. This research includes searches for autism susceptibility genes, which could be used for eugenics, animal models for autism, environmental toxins, and maternal and viral infections. Biology, study of cells, which could be used for eugenics. The brain, which could be used for in the body, all could be used for eugenics. Focuses on brain development, including the Autism Tissue Program discussed further below. Autism therapies include medicine, behavioral, psychological interventions, which, if this becomes a show, King, you might have to help me come up with the. I know I'm the autistic page, but if this becomes a show that goes on, maybe you can help me come up with the name for it. I've got to because I think I'm just going to keep on talking about this because, like psychological interventions, I don't think that mental health that neurotypical people get should be even applied to autistic people. I think we need very, very different type of help. It includes treatments for co-occurring medical conditions. Excuse me. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, darn it. I'm supposed to say that, right? Wait, I even got fancy antsy. Please like and subscribe banners. Woohoo! Yes, I do. Autism funds the Autism Genetic Research Exchange and a DNA repository and family registry of genotype of phenotypic information that is available for autism researchers worldwide. The AGRI was established in the 90s by a predecessor organization, Cure Autism Now! See how they just seem to still, have these same ties because when we, and then we have the Autism Speaks, Verily, DNA Stack, Hospital for sick children, sick kids, research community to create the world's largest genome sequencing database on autism with deep phenotyping. It sounds like they're doing the same thing. I just think it's a bad idea. Yeah, and don't forget the stocks. Remember the stock? Holy heck. There is so much stuff going on. Crazy, 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 To cure, yeah. And, see, I don't mind. I don't even mind if other organizations want to do cure. That's their issue. But I have a problem with Autism Speaks using that, people with autism, the person first language. Anybody else could do it, but Autism Speaks. I want them to say autistic person or autistic. Because when they say person with autism, they're characterizing it as a disease to be cured. And we know they do that. One of the most important things you can do as a parent caregiver is to learn the early signs of autism and become familiar with developmental milestones that your child should be reaching. A list below gives some of the common types of behaviors you might see. Now, see if this is being characterized as a disease. You might see in children diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Not all autistic children will have these behaviors, but most will have several of the behaviors. Why aren't they saying characteristics? See how it's negative behaviors? And you know when we say behaviors, I'm sorry, that's negative. I don't care what anybody says. That's negative, right? Sorry, I'm going to open up, see if I got to open my door to my office here real quick. I don't know if... Okay. My room is getting hot. I got the late afternoon sun, the western sun coming down, beating down on me. Okay, so the list below gives some examples of common types of behaviors. Why are they using these behavior words, King? Why are they doing this to me? Huh? What's going on? That's why professional evaluation is crucial. Additionally, some children without ASD might display... Well, howdy, Shelly. I keep on seeing your name in and out, pop in and out. Additionally, some children without ASD may display these behaviors. But for those with ASD, these behaviors... They're behaviors. They're not. It's not. Not traits. I'm gonna go off camera for just a second, and I am going to take a little quick break here. I'm gonna stay here though. It might have to involve medicating. Okay, so yeah, gotta go off camera for that one. And then I'm gonna get, I hope I can get Pink to go on my YouTube. And then maybe Mark, who is on YouTube anyway, if you don't mind me saying. I want to say hello to you. Give you a shout out. I'm pretty sure I've got Autism Speaks watching me, recording me, which is fine. It's great. If you can find some things to improve your organization from my critiques, that's wonderful. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. I do care. I don't want to attack anybody, but there are definitely some major issues. You know, I'm trying. I want to get Pink to co-host too. I've been bugging her about that. Maybe I'll get her to co-host later on. I have to relearn how to do... the weird thing is, though, if I get her to co-host, she'll only be able to co-host like on either TikTok or YouTube, unless she has two devices, like a laptop and a phone, where she can do it twice or on two devices at once. King, do you mind me asking your age? Yeah, maybe she could steal her daughter's phone or something. Okay, cool. I get a little bit annoyed sometimes if I'm talking to somebody that's under 18, and it's just not. It's not that I would say anything weird or anything. It's that I don't want to accidentally be talking to someone who is under 18 and them think that I said something weird or something be said that I just don't want to go there. Yeah, I just don't know. Because if it was a 12-year-old or something like that, I just would want to be a little bit more careful about my subject matter out of respect for the family or whatever. Um, I was a 4-H leader. I had kids around all the time, me and my wife, and we had so many kids. And we had autistic kids, tons of autistic kids. Which was cool. Well, that's cool because I like talking to you, King. I want to connect with other people too. This is the thing, King. My son was my best friend. He was 22, and then of course, last um, October, about the 15th, he unlifed himself with an AK, and it's been very, very shocking to me. And I haven't had people to play video games with. We used to play um, Sons of the Forest and then play tactical games like what is it? Um, Something Napoleon, where you have all these armies, these huge armies, and you march the different units around and stuff like that. A bunch of strategic games. It was really cool, and I don't really have a friend now. I have my daughter, and I have my wife. I love my wife. Uh, yeah, we were really close. He was autistic, ADHD like me, and our brains worked very similarly. So, yeah, you know, um, I try not to break down too much, but well, I don't care at home. But I'm breaking down. He was 22. Yeah, he was 22. He was working. He had a great job. He was making really good money. He bought a Lincoln. It was a 2004 Lincoln for $6,000, and a big Lincoln, and it was an old man car in a garage thing with like 30,000 miles. So it's like this '04 or something like that Lincoln. It's got like less than 30,000 miles. He paid $6,000 for it cash. King, cash at 21. He was quite the skeptical at the dealership. Right? Because they had never seen. I mean, it was rare enough to see anybody come in there, but to go buy an older car, a really nice car, nobody was getting, and to just pay cash like that, and they'd never seen anything like it. But I think his mom might still have it. I don't know. It blew a transmission, and the transmission was about 4 grand to replace. And he ended up getting a different car. I don't know if he was planning on doing that. I'm trying to get that um, Lincoln, but the thing is if I was to get it, basically I would give it to a friend of mine who we would come up with a way to put buy a transmission, and then basically probably have him put in the transmission, get the car ready to go because he's a professional and he's a mechanic at a dealership. And so he could get the car going, and then we just like split the difference in half or whatever. You know what I mean? Because he did the actual labor and stuff. Basically, make it a good deal for both of us, so we could just make a couple of bucks. Because I couldn't afford to just put $4,000 out there right now to fix it. But if you could get 8 or so out of it when you got done, you know. Okay, so early signs of autism. One of the most important things you can do as a parent or a caregiver. Now, see the perspective here? This is not about autistic people. You know what I'm starting to sound like to me? I know I go off on my tangents, but when I'm actually on task, I'm starting to sound like one of those night AM radio jockeys where they're talking about politics. But instead I'm talking about autism and Autism Speaks, you know? Isn't it crazy? Because I am kind of talking about a lot of politics. Yeah, but don't I sound like that? I mean, check this out. It's like one of the most important things you can do as a parent or caregiver, and once again, it's coming from that perspective of the parents. This should be called Autism Parent Speak. Oh, really? I would love to know who the heck that is. Although there's a group of people that do lives every once in a while, and they don't talk. They love ABA and stuff. I don't know who they are. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'd like to know who that is. And we probably go on lives together. Okay, cool. All right, so parent or caregiver is to learn the early signs of autism. So the important things we can do as parents or caregivers is to learn the early signs of autism, be familiar with developmental milestones that your child should be reaching. Yeah. I would say better, what's most important is to learn what would be considered the most expected. The most expected developmental. I don't know. I can try. I'm on a computer, so I might be able to do it. On my phone, a lot of times I can't. But I don't see a link here. If there is one there. Oh yeah, well you can just tag them. You can put at in their name, and then that will tag them to this live. I think maybe. I think that's how that works. But I think you can do it that way, and then I could just grab it from there. The list below gives some examples. Howdy. How many people I got here? Okay. The list. Oh, by the way, hello. Who is on YouTube? I would certainly love to say hello to you, and thank you so much for being here and staying here with me. Wait, shameless plug. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Yes, we do appreciate that. Let me get rid of that, by the way. For both of these. So I would say yes. I think it's a good idea. I'm not against early detection, and so to speak, by itself. So one of the most important things that can be done as a parent or caregiver is to learn the early signs of. I wouldn't say necessarily, because then you say, well, then you have to learn this disease. No, just learn what is to be expected, the most to be expected. If you know that, then if anything varies from that, what do most kids look like? Or what I don't say look like. How do most kids interact in their environment? If something's different, maybe they do look different. Maybe they don't. But what you're looking for is variations of what is considered to be the norm. And I hate using the word norm because, like I said, all autistic people are normal. We've always been around. We should always be expected to be around. We are a normal brain type. Let me put my camera back on. I There's my camera. I have so many tabs now because I've got sound effects and stuff like that I do. I'm waiting for the right time to do it. Boy, Pink had me laughing so hard yesterday, I could not stand myself. Oh my goodness. It was bad. I was on this live just laughing. No, they are. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know who they are. Because I bet you I don't pick it up. I'm going to try and look on my phone to see if I can see a live. I guess it would be under the lives, right? Live. Yeah, lives. Like, no. I want to go to live. What is their what is it, Kitty? Is it Kitty? Blonde hair or whitish hair? A Wicca lady? Is that who it is? Is that who you're talking about? I know Kitty talk about it. No, they have a video of themselves. It's just a prompt picture. Okay. Why am I not live anymore? Is it Ricky? Is it a female? Let's go there. Oh, it is Ricky? Okay, it's a female. Um, is Ricky live right now? I'm trying to see who is live. Oh my goodness. What? Couldn't watch live videos because what? Oh, okay. I can't watch a live video right now because I'm on another device, so I wouldn't be able to figure out who it was anyway. It's Fern. Her name, Fern. Not weird, but different. Okay. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna write it down real quick. Fern, F-E-R-N at not weird but different. You know, it's funny. There is this this I got this message. I got this message from this creator, and it was a young, pretty female, and I was like, nope, whatever. Fiddlehead Fern. Fiddlehead Fern. Fiddlehead. Oh, okay, Fiddlehead. Okay. And then there's a fern. Okay. Fiddlehead and then fern. Okay, I got you. Okay, I got it. And yeah, that'll pop up pretty easy for me. Um, what stupid story was I telling? Like the green. Yeah, I do too. I was telling some stupid story. I totally forget about it. They're about to start the debate, huh? Ah, interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see. I've got 2 hours. You know what? In about maybe, I might pop off maybe for a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, really, I don't have anybody but you and Autism Speaks watching. So, you know what? I think I'll just hop off of here for a little bit and I'll go check that out and see what it is. And then maybe I'll jump on later on. All right? And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do. But it's going to be at not weird but different. Is that where I'm going? Okay. All right. I'm going to pop off of here. Thank you so much. And I'm going to check it out real quick. Then I'll pop on later. I've been on here for another 2 hours. I've been at this for about 3 hours straight now. All right. Thanks a lot.
If I can share it with David Page, I think he's going live right now. So you can like ask to be a co-host or something. I'm not sure. Oh, he's here? David Page is not here. Oh, yep. Actually, I see he's on the viewers list. Oh, nice. Welcome. This is for you, David Page. 100%. Been here since April 1st. It's been 10 days. Because I took one Saturday off.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
A lot of live reacting to videos on Autism Speaks YouTube channel. Yeah. Like nice. Videos. They've been on a damage control like spree. Hi, David. This is awesome. All we need is a lyric. Lyric? Like neurodivergent rebel? Yeah. Let me see. Fun fact, we are at neurodivergent rebel and I share a birthday. Oh, really? Lyric comes to my... What? Lyric comes to my lives quite often. That would be awesome. And actually, a mutual of mine, Alyssa, is actually in this as well. I actually sent it to her, so that's really cool. Oh, nice. Yes. Alyssa. Yes, welcome, guys. Welcome. And David Page, it's an honor to have you in the comment section. I said enough's enough, and I hopped on. So I've been playing it for a while. I don't think anyone took me serious. Going through massive burnout, but I was like, I have to do this. So
Aww.
I'm trying to get you in here. Okay, gonna get my main person in here.
And guys, I'm just gonna keep the live somewhat limited with the panel, just because a lot of people, too many people gets a little overstimulating for the comment section and for us. So just bear with us. I have Red here. Their family has worked for Autism Speaks, so they have a lot of whistleblowing that they're probably gonna be doing tonight.
Oh my goodness.
So just get ready, guys. If you are funding anything through Autism Speaks, if you are doing any relays, if you are trying to do anything as far as sponsoring anyone through Autism Speaks, you're going to want to hear what this person has to say. Anyone through Autism Speaks, you're going to want to hear what this person has to say. This is a panel of autistic people. So if anything, it should be autistic voices before holistic voices when it comes to autistic people. So I'm just gonna, oh, thank you for the gifts. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to get you up here. Oh, you guys are trying to keep me up all night. That's okay. I've got energy now. David Page helped. Oh, I hate that Zach's having issues getting in here.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna keep working on getting you in here, Zach. But what I want to do is I want to give the floor to Red. Because me too, David. I really am. Like, I hate the circumstances of why we're here. We should have been here a long time ago. Like, we should have been here a long, long time ago. And, like, unfortunately, your story is not the only one I've heard. And, you know, it hits close to home as well for many people here. So, and a lot of us are wondering, are we next? So this is why we need to do it. So I got autistic people living in their car. I've got autistic people barely able to feed themselves, keep roofs over their heads. We're barely surviving out here. And the fact that Autism Speaks is collecting the amount of money there are, and there's any autistic person suffering in this country, is completely disgusting to me. I don't understand it. So, yeah. Okay, Red, I'm going to shut up because I really want you to talk.
Okay. First of all, I'm really happy that I'm going to be doing this in front of David Page, because he's been a great resource for criticizing current Autism Speaks, because one of the arguments I hear a lot of for Autism Speaks is, oh, they were bad before, but they're not like that now. It's kind of like the same argument for ABA. It's like, yeah, it was bad, but now they're better. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
The dog shit in a different color is still dog shit.
Yeah. Do you want to do this one, Red? We got a question. If you don't, I can do it. Claire wants to know, can we get an explanation of what the protest is for? Just for the new people.
Okay, I can do it. I can do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Basically, this is a protest against the organization Autism Speaks. Autism Speaks is basically the most well-known. It's not the first, but it's definitely the most well-known organization regarding the topic of autism, and it has been widely established to be an anti-autism hate group, because they have likened autism to cancer, pediatric AIDS. It is mostly well-known. It is mostly run by Fortune 500 millionaires, and 0 of them are autistic people leading the organization. And it's because it's supported by like literally 98% of Hollywood. There's added legitimacy to it, even though the founder was president of CBS. No, NBC. It was NBC. President of NBC, meaning there was a payroll for celebrities to support it. There was a financial incentive. So, and basically, but they have also spread anti-vaccine information, misinformation. They have, and they've also promoted electroshock therapy, specifically the Judge Rothenberg Center, which I just call Judge Rottenberg Center, which I've never been part of, thank God, but but my cousin was an investigator on that case. So and there's so many videos about Autism Speaks on YouTube, of like just explaining what the deal is. Just look up Autism Speaks bad and you'll get a bunch of results.
Yes. I'm going to answer King's question. So, King, tonight I'm just going to try to rely on my co-hosts tonight if I can get them up. And then I just want to give the floor to Red just because they have so much information right now. And I think it needs to be heard. And it's stuff that I probably haven't heard of. So I feel like it's episode 2 with Red. So,
Red